Fireworks are a big part of many people's 4th of July holiday celebrations, but just make sure a visit to the ER isn't part of your celebration as well. Joining us now to talk about fireworks dangers and safety is Dr. Jeff Pothof, UW Health Chief Quality Officer. Every year we show the same videos, we tell people the same things, and every year people end up in the emergency room because they, just thought maybe it wouldn't happen to them.
Yeah, I think a lot of us think that it'll never happen to us, but we do see firework-related injuries every year at this time. Some not so serious, some mild burns, some, much more serious, sometimes life-threatening, requiring admission to the hospital. I think a couple things that we often see, especially with little kids, we like to give them sparklers. And, if they can handle that, hold them at a distance, you can do that safely. But one of the things we'll sometimes see is those sparklers emit, those little sparkles. They can tickle or prick your skin. If it hits it, those kids get startled, they drop it. And if they don't have a covered shoe, they can sometimes get really bad burns to their feet. So make sure if you are going to have your kids use sparklers that you're doing that in a safe way so they don't come and visit us in the emergency department. For adults, things that get us in trouble, some of those fountains that emit sparks, if they don't light, we have this tendency to not want to waste our money, try to relight those. That sometimes doesn't work out very well. Those go off. Sometimes they hit us in the face or the eyes. It's very easy to have a pretty severe eye injury if that happens. Maybe some of the most devastating injuries we see are people who try to create bombs or things that explode. Sometimes we'll find people that now have shrapnel in them or canister shells that come out of those tubes. If they don't light and you go and try to look in there to see what happened and it suddenly goes off, that can cause catastrophic injuries. I think, my number one tip or my hint that I'll give folks is typically in the emergency department, when we see people with fireworks injuries, they're oftentimes not sober. So never mix a lot of alcohol with fireworks. That's just a recipe to have something bad happen.
That makes a lot of sense. And you made a really good point about the sparklers, because I feel like, even for myself, I can speak, that you think they're harmless, it's no big deal. But all it takes is a kid to just drop it or mishandle it in some way, and then something really bad could happen. So great reminder there. Ben had a really great question.
I don't know if great is the good word for this.
Valid question, I think, is maybe the better way to put it. If you were to have an injury, like, say you blew off your finger or something like that, and the finger was still intact, is it just the movies? Is it Hollywood playing games, or should you actually stick it on ice and bring it to the ER with you?
Yeah, actually, we can't save every single finger, but it is pretty amazing what we can do with reimplants of fingers that are lost. So you certainly want to keep it dry. We don't want that finger to come soaked in water. You want to keep it cool. So, putting it in a Ziploc bag that's then on some ice and bringing it in, and then making sure you can get to a place that is able to reattach fingers. It's never a bad idea. No guarantees, but, no harm, no foul if you bring it in and we say, so sorry, we can't reattach it. At least we have it there. It's never good to have to try to track down that missing finger if you didn't bring it with you.
I have such a visual right now, and I'm sure everybody at home does too. Thanks, Ben.
It's not the movies, though. It's
Good
real.
question. It is real.
I hope to never have to know what, to actually have to do that.
But now we know.
Now we know.
Dr. Pothof, we appreciate it.
It's
have a safe
possible.
and happy 4th.
You too.